Hi guys, this is Colorado Living. I'm Nicole Baker. Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know in regards to the Colorado weather and what to expect. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and keep on watching. But before we get started, I want to let you guys know I am a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state. So if you're interested in relocating here and want to know more information, my number's popping up on the screen. Text, call, email, whatever, whenever, and I would love to help you guys out. But let's go ahead and get started in today's video. Okay, I figured I'd start this video outside since it is absolutely gorgeous today and I have no complaints. It's about 80 degrees, August 29th when I'm filming this at around 5:30. So sun's out still a little bit, but it's still shaded right where I am, so that's super nice. Also, sorry, I'm filming this in the backyard just so you guys can kind of get a vibe for what the backyards look like here. I am located in Southeast Aurora, but there is a semi-busier street, some cars passing by a little bit louder than what I would like, but let's go ahead and get started in today's video. And we're gonna first talk about the season that we are transitioning into right now, which is going to be fall. Fall is my absolute favorite season, and I'm talking pumpkin spice, I'm talking about roasting marshmallows, I'm talking about it all. So what we can expect when we're going into the fall season, it is about 80-ish degrees right now, but in the next 2 weeks, it's slowly starting to cool off and we will probably see closer to that 70-75 degree temperature, which I am super excited for. Again, fall is absolutely one of my favorite seasons, and I love when the leaves start turning color, which it is actually happening right now. I have a huge, massive tree right back here, and it turns all red. My boyfriend's little siblings, their parents live in a neighborhood where every single tree, I swear, every single tree turns red and there's red leaves everywhere. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous coming from somewhere where that doesn't happen, nor do we have the full 4 seasons. I am super grateful for a transition of this time. Some things that you can expect to do during the fall season as we transition over to winter are going to be similar things that you can do in the summer, you know, hiking, biking. We're heading out to the mountains right now. A lot of those deers are out and ready to play. I'm not gonna act like I know anything about that kind of stuff, but definitely, you know, it's starting to get a little bit chillier, so they're gonna start coming down from those mountains and start hanging out here. You still have the little babies running around at this time. Typically the babies are born like June or July. That goes with like deer, antelope. I'm not sure about elk, but I'm pretty sure deer and antelope for sure. June, July is when they start getting born, and they're still little babies right now and they're so cute. And you guys have seen those in my other videos. We can expect really nice temperatures, leaves changing color, and I love it. I think that you could probably do like some fishing, biking, definitely, you know, you could start like your walking of your dog. I don't have a dog, but I see tons of people actually coming out a little bit earlier. Also, you're gonna see the sun going down a little bit earlier. During that summertime, sun is probably setting around, honestly, 9 o'clock with daylight savings, but you know, right now we're probably looking, I don't know, 7:38 probably during the fall time, maybe 8:30, just depending. But that is something to keep in mind. I don't mind it, but if, you know, it's also fun to have it till 9 because I just feel like I have so much more fun things to do for a longer period of time. But again, I'm all about the cooler weather, not too cold, but kind of like that middle range. Right, moving into the winter time. The winter time is probably why you are watching this video. You want to know, how cold does it actually get? Is it bearable? I am going to tell you all the tea, and the tea is it doesn't get that cold. If you guys have watched my other videos, I'm telling you, it is not that extreme. It's not like what everyone makes it out to be, especially if you're coming from, you know, some of those eastern states where it is just dumping snow 24/7. You will not experience that here, which is awesome. Again, it is a full 4 seasons here, but it is mild overall, which is something that I really enjoy. I love the 4 seasons, but I could not live somewhere where it just dumps snow 24/7. It's all over the ground. I just would never want that. But what you can expect is probably temperatures around 40 to 50 degrees on average during the winter time. That probably is going to start, usually you see your first snow end of October, mid-October, end of October, but it just depends. And it's only a couple times, like you probably see one time in October, a couple times in November, and then maybe a couple times in December. Really, majority of the snow starts coming down in January and February, but nothing that we can't handle if we become prepared for living here. So definitely want to have those snow boots or some sort of like thicker boot in general, because on the days that it does snow, it is, you know, it's not pretty. It's not like, it's all slushy. If you've ever been around snow, it's hard to walk in, you slip, you slide, it gets your feet wet if you're not wearing the proper shoes. So we definitely want to wear the proper shoes, and we want to wear the proper attire. That means, you know, a couple different layers, whether that be a tank top, I'm talking about for girls at least, tank top, long sleeve, a hoodie, and then a coat or a jacket of some sorts or a blazer, those kind of things to keep our upper body warm. And then for pants, you can either wear jeans, or you can have your leggings and then jeans, or leggings and sweatpants on days that it's really cold. But again, I want to tell you guys, it does not snow that much. It probably snows, I think I read a statistic, and I don't know if this is accurate, but this is what I read. 14 days in Denver, it snows. That's nothing. And it really melts within 2 to 3 days, depending on how much snow you got. But it is nothing like some of those other states where it just dumps down 24/7 during the winter. Winters are actually and can be enjoyable here, whether you're doing skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling. I mean, if you're moving to Denver and you're not active, you gotta get active, because I'm also a homebody, but I have actually started to adjust to this Denver lifestyle, and I want to start golfing. I want to start doing all the fun things, and I have. So something that you guys got to keep in mind is there is something to do all year round, whether again it be in the summer and or in the winter. There's something that we can definitely find for you. But again, another thing you want to keep in mind, I mentioned this in my other videos, is your vehicle. You want to have a 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle when it comes to snow. Yes, you can probably get away with the car that you have if it's not that for now, if you just get some really good snow tires. But something you want to keep in mind and potentially invest in the future for safety purposes is a car that really handles that type of weather well. Just something to keep in mind. Driving in the snow is one of the hardest things to adjust to. When I first moved here, I had to drive very, very slow, especially if you're not moving from a state where you have snow, like Arizona, Texas, California, which are some of the major cities that people are moving to Colorado from. You are definitely gonna have an adjustment period, but that's okay. We learn, and then people will see your license plate, just like they saw mine, and they'll say, oh, she's from Arizona, it's okay. Or they'll be mad, and then you just ignore them. But another thing, you want to have a little, see, I'm not even a true Colorado person. You have to have a snow, what are they called? Scraper. And it has like a little broom on the end. You're going to want to get one of those if you move here during the winter time. I will insert a video of the first day that I moved here. It was a full-blown snowstorm, and that was actually in the beginning of spring. So let's go ahead and move on into that season now. You're probably going to be seeing closer, it just depends on the day, I swear. Spring is like the most erratic weather. A lot of people say that Colorado does have pretty erratic weather. It still is snowing during the spring, but it is like a wet, slushy snow, and it's pretty much gone within maybe a couple hours to a day, depending on how much snow you get. But I enjoy the snow. I don't know. I like the fact that I can I work from home essentially, right? A lot of the times I'm working from home, and I don't have to deal with driving in the snow much besides to get my Starbucks coffee. That's what I was gonna say about winter, is when it does snow, I have to like shovel the snow off the driveway, which kind of gets annoying, but snow blowers, kids, whatever you want to use. Sometimes they do have services for that, or you can just, again, if you don't have any kids, hire a kid in the neighborhood. I mean, go on the Nextdoor app, whatever. I hate shoveling snow, and that's why I make my boyfriend do it. But if you don't have a boyfriend, you might want to keep that in mind. But again, I have to shovel the snow out from the driveway to go get my Starbucks, and sometimes it's really hard when you have a car instead of an SUV. So I will definitely, hopefully I'm gonna be upgrading to one of my dream cars pretty soon. Irrelevant, but yes, it's an SUV. So it'll be a little bit easier for me to drive around in versus my car right now. But something to keep in mind, if you do end up upgrading, an SUV is a great option, because then you don't have to worry about messing up your car as much as an actual car, like a sedan. You might have to worry about that a little bit more. Sidetracked, back into spring. You're gonna see some snow, nothing too crazy. I would say you're probably going to expect closer to the, like, similar to fall season. So you're gonna be looking probably around 70 degrees, depending on if it is a little bit of snow that day or not, but nothing unbearable. Definitely a light jacket, some sweatpants. It does get pretty cold at night, so you're probably looking towards, again, the 50s at night, which is not bad. I mean, most people aren't out and about, but if you are, you might have to throw on a long sleeve and a jacket instead of just the jacket. So whatever fits your fancy. Everyone is a little bit different when it comes to weather. Some of the things that you can do in spring: hiking, that kind of becomes a little bit more popular during the springtime. So everyone's out and about and they are doing the hiking, the running. I'm not a hiker or a runner. I think it would be fun, but it's just, again, I'm a homebody. It's not really my thing, but there are tons and tons of trails here. I think they say like 700 hours worth of trails. In my relocation guide, if you guys reach out to me, I'll send that to you. It has all the cool trails, if you guys are visiting, that you guys can check out how much they are, how long they take, how far away from Denver they are, and they're some of the most popular ones. So again, if you're interested in that. Another thing in spring is people are, you know, again, walking their dogs out more, just kind of doing those things where, you know, it's not as cold, so we're kind of going out a little bit more than usual. Moving into summer, I feel like has, like, people expect Denver to have cooler weather overall, but it actually does get pretty hot here during the summer. You're probably looking about 95 degrees on average, sometimes even 100. Those are rare days, but 95 degrees on average, and it seriously lasts maybe 2-3 months. Like, it goes so quick, and that's something that I'm blessed for, because I hate the summer, I hate the heat. I, again, would rather have fall all year long. I just love that holiday season, all of that kind of thing. But if you're a summer person, boating is like super popular here. Cherry Creek Reservoir is very close to the Southeast Aurora, Parker, Castle Rock area. There are some amazing lakes. Also, another thing, this goes for spring and summer, golfing is really popular here. They have some beautiful courses, some beautiful golf course communities like Blackstone. They are to die for, and sometimes you can even see like little deer running around. I know I always mention deer, but it's like seriously my favorite thing about living here. But golf, pools, they have tons and tons of rec centers here. A lot of things, like in Arizona, they didn't have too many like community pool situations. You pretty much had to have a pool, or sometimes like your gym might have a pool. But here, pretty much, like, I swear every single neighborhood has a rec center with a community pool, which is awesome. And if they don't have a community pool in your neighborhood, there are some rec centers that you can pay like small fees. I know Parker has one. It has a huge like water park kind of, it's not a huge water park, but it has a couple slides and like a jungle gym for kids. It's really fun. It's right in the old town area and it's really cute. I've been there before. It's maybe I don't want to misquote, but $10 per person to get in there, and it's really fun. I'm in Southeast Aurora near Copperleaf, and there is a rec center here outside of our community rec center that you can pay for, and it is not too expensive. I think that one was about $5 each, nothing special, but you know, something to cool off in. The lake is fun. You can get a pass for the Cherry Creek Reservoir. It's probably 15 minutes from where I am, maybe, but you have boating, you have paddle boarding, you have just all the fun things that have to do with water that you could do during the summer to really get away from the heat on some of those days. Another thing that is important to mention about summers that I don't feel like a lot of people mention in ever is that it actually rains a lot here during the summer, something that I wasn't expecting when I first moved here because I was used to Arizona and it pretty much never rains. The only time it rains is maybe like a couple hours during the night when it's like monsoon season in the summer, but we definitely get those rainy summer days. So if you enjoy the rain, that will be nice for you. I don't think that it's anything too serious. It only lasts again for maybe 2 months, 3 months, but it probably rains like on and off. Not even on and off. It probably rains about an hour a day, I would say, just depending. Not every day, but every other day. Probably about an hour. Nothing too crazy though. It's pretty bearable, and I think that it's nice because it really cools down the area that you're in. Just something to keep in mind when it comes to the Colorado summers. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, shoot me a like. It really helps push me to make more videos for you guys, knowing that you like them. And then also, if you want to subscribe, I make videos every Monday and Wednesday. And also, I am a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state of Colorado. So if you guys are thinking about relocating, I know how it's done. I did it myself, and I would love to help you guys come to this state. My number's popping up right here. Text, call, or shoot me an email anytime or night, and I would love to help you guys. But until next time, see you later. Bye.